us have some motivation before we really go on with the lengthy speeches. So today, to give us a motivational speech session, we have a Toastmaster who is an international award-winning speaker, a co-active coach and corporate culture expert and consultant. He is an first Arab to reach the World Championship of Public Speaking Finals in 2006, Washington, D.C. In August 2020, he also awarded with the prestigious Accredited Speaker Award. He's the first and maybe the only one from Middle East. He is a certified transformational leader by Chartered Management Institute and MBA in transformational leadership from St. John's, UK. Oh, it's a very lengthy and a very inspiring introduction. And I had the privilege of working under him when he was the area director, a really very motivating person. So let us all welcome DTM Mohamed Shukri to give us that motivational booster. Welcome, DTM Shukri.
Welcome, Dr. Veena. It was great working with you. And also later on, I was under your leadership when you were the area director. But let's not waste more time. And I know I have the sharing. I can share the screen. So here we go. Up in the air. Okay, let me be honest with you. For years, I used to deliver speeches just like any Toastmaster event. And, this was the case. Any audience I do the following, which I know you are also, and you were also doing this. So normally, the normal case is we have an opening, a body, and conclusion. And we cannot run away from this structure because we care about the people in the room and we want to give them the outcome they came for and the new knowledge transformation in the best way possible, okay? And we need to make this logical. So now I am challenging us to go into a pro mode. That was the normal mode. I wanted to subscribe in Speakers Bureau and whoever is watching to the pro mode, where we get more engagements, we get more business, and we get more audiences. That's why I'm going to apply a filter. Think of your photo editor in your phone. The first choice is normal or original picture. I want you now to use a filter. I will disclose the filter shortly. But before that, let me take you once upon a talk. Where did I come up with this idea, all right? So Johns Hopkins Aramco Hospital in 2015 in Saudi Arabia hosted a demo presentation, which I delivered for very few people. We met in an exhibition in Bahrain. We exchanged cards and then follow up. We are in Dhahran, arranged by the training institute, Bahraini Training Institute, and they offered them to show a demo presentation, mini workshop on customer care for healthcare professionals. Very small room, only the section heads attended. 1 hour and a half, all right? So the section heads were there, 4 to 5 people. And a gentleman entered also. And I delivered fully until we finished in 90 minutes, the crux of the program which I initiated 2 years back. Then that gentleman who entered, I didn't know he was not a section head. Actually, he was the vice president for all of them, right? And all of them were reporting to him, but I didn't know he was there. And he took me on one side and he said, you know what? I came to know about this demo and I plan to only watch 10 minutes and leave. I don't have time. My schedule is full. But I ended up until the end of your presentation. When I left that day, my meeting organizer, who arranged the meeting for them, told me, Mohammed, they want a 6-month program training 300 staff between medics and nurses and non-medics for 6 months on this program that the vice president saw there. So there I learned for the first time that when you speak to any group, you should look for who is there actually. And starting from there, I paid attention. It was very recent when I left my company, Aluminium Bahrain, where I train groups for safety, and whoever arranges the meeting, I just deliver the safety training. Who sent them doesn't matter, just focusing on the audience there. You should, from now onwards, if you want more opportunities, more speaking, not for more money, which is just a side, this is a side thing, okay? It's a byproduct. But I am here to tell you the pro version, which I want you to subscribe for, is you want more speaking engagements. If you are passionate about speaking, you really want to speak beyond this room and beyond the current audience that you speak to, don't you? You want more business, and speaking business is not just for business, okay? You will get paid, which is a joy, all right? But because you're passionate about speaking, business is the vehicle to feed your passion. Business, not money. Business, more business is the vehicle to feed your passion because you want to speak to more people, different countries, correct? So you need to subscribe to this version. And also you want to transform more people, don't you? If you are there in the speaking industry for money, I'll tell you, think again. Down the road, there will be a lot of frustrations if that the business and the material part is your only drive. Just saying, just in case, okay? But you want to transform more people. And that's why I know everyone here is in Speakers Bureau and the people who are organizing this. Thank you very much, District 20 Speakers Bureau team. So what am I offering here? I'm offering to get all of this, exactly what you saw in the advert, AIR. This model, I know the title was Up in the Air, so I'm going to apply with you AIR model. It's an acronym, of course, and it's not my acronym, to be honest. I saw it in one of the communication books, but it was not specifically applied for public speaking. And it took me really, and I applied it and developed the model and encompassed everything I learned about expanding your audience. So here we go. Ready? We are starting with, I'm not doing slides this time. Okay, I like mind maps a lot. All right. So let's go with A. Of course, you guessed it. What is A? A is for audience. Okay, A is for audience. Let's go with audience. What's with audience? We know this in Toastmasters. We know in every speaking engagement, we should find who are we speaking to. But I'm challenging you today that the people who are there are not the only audience. Okay, so let's do this. There are the attendees, which are in the room, correct? Which you ask usually, who is coming? What are their demographics? What is their age group? What is their pains? You do that, right? For the attendees. But it's not only the attendees. The organizers, who is organizing this meeting from the company or from the organization who invited you, who is organizing? Number 3, who is the decision maker? There are people who signed the proposal or signed the tender or signed the approval for your training because of them. And maybe these decision makers are not the funders, or they are also the funders. You also have to think who is funding this, okay? A good example is the students who come to some of my public speaking programs, okay? They are not funded by themselves. The one who's funding them is their parents, correct? So these are also audiences, although they don't sit next to their children in my public speaking for youth. Good? Okay. Who is the secondary user? Now, when they attend the program, they are also learning from you a concept, whatever your concept is, your specialty is, and they want to use it for other people. Who are those other people? If they are cashiers and they are learning customer service from you, so who is benefiting? The customers who will meet the cashier but have never heard you or seen you. So that you also should keep in mind. What else? Number 6. What about content creators? Some people, if this is registered or recorded, some people will spread the word. They will take snippets. We are talking social media time, all right? And don't forget don't overlook the fact that the organization who invited you might take snippets and do some PR for themselves, but they will use. So you better think of the people who will do that. Example, TEDx speakers, they know this very well, that the audience is not the only ones who are there in the room, but the people who will circulate this, and they know that if their video gets approved, it will be forever viral on YouTube channel. Now, number 7, secret what? Not secret agents. Secret, this gets tricky. Secret audience. Who is the secret audience? It's the same attendees, but they have hidden agendas and pain, etc. So they came for example, I'm doing training for safety, okay? And these are supervisors and managers, and some of them are team leaders, all right? Which I do that. And I know the supervisors don't only want to learn about the safety secrets or safety management or safety behavior. I know they have also their pains in communicating with their teams. So I don't only address safety like the organization wants me, but I also touch upon communication because I know it's one of the pains. And if I don't know, I'll try to search and dig deeper. So think those audience people also have other pains than the title of your workshop, which they had nothing to do with. They have nothing to decide it, but they are now in front of you, and you should think of the hidden agenda as the suffering that they go through. Number 8, sometimes guests also attend, okay? They attend and they watch and they see, so keep them in mind. Who is the agents? The agents is the third party, the training provider who arranged for you to speak in that organization. Remember that if it goes well and his clients are happy with your delivery, guess what the agent is thinking? Let's do further of this. Can you give me your other programs? Let's go further, all right? And number 10, I don't know. Think. We have reached to 9 categories in one group. Not only the people and your topic, do not be narrow if you want to sign up for Pro. Let me give you a very recent example, all right? Recent example, I was given the task of a workshop for safety behavior in Khobar. And I was told 15 people will attend. And they are section heads and managers, project managers, and 2 directors will attend, okay? And so I dug deeper. Who is attending and why they are doing this? It appeared that, so let's go about this. Attendees were, I told you, organizer was the safety department in the company. Decision makers were the directors, all right? Because they said, we need to move this safety behavior program and make it mobilizing more, okay? And they were the funders, of course, they were the payers. Secondary users and clients were who? After so much digging, I came to know that this contractor company is working also for Aramco. Aramco is their client. So they want to apply safety behavior in the way that is compatible with the giant oil and gas company Aramco in Saudi Arabia. So they need to satisfy Aramco with Aramco standards. And this is what is their pain. I came to know just shortly before we start. All right, the content creators, I don't have an idea who is doing that. Secret hidden pains, I made some digging and I came to know that they have some pains. Now, on the day of the training, this was a short notice training, by the way, because the other trainer didn't get the visa, so they called me from Bahrain, easy to go to Khobar. Who was the guest? One newly recruited safety coordinator who is a woman. She came just to watch, but then she became my ally. So I kept my eye on her and helped her through her journey. She's very new and confident, but I helped her a lot and I got good feedback. Now, the agents, of course, is the company, the training provider in Saudi who called me. And then after that, they said, please bring all your programs. The directors are happy and they want more of it. I send them. Before I start, I came an hour earlier. The head of safety was newly recruited head of safety. And he said, Mr. Mohammed, here's a file. What's the file? He said, this is our safety behavior program. I said, nobody sent it to me. I have already my content. But of course, I didn't protest. He said, we want you to go over this and encourage them to apply this program. This was never on my agenda. But I had to adapt and adopt. So I need to please this guy also. That is number 10. That was not in my mind. If you look at all the audiences, I need not continue this workshop. If you just keep them in mind, everything will fall in place. Now, don't ever think that it will be a mess because I need to speak to all those. No. When you go out there and you're public speaking and you're sure about your message, which is next, okay? You're sure about your expertise and core specialty, you will not get stuck. It's only the matter of audiences, okay? And these people will actually promote you more. These people will talk more. Okay, who is this guy? Bring him back in. Okay, so, okay, I don't want you to take your eyes off the audience there. Okay, that's A. But you can cater to all of them. What is I? I is called intention. What is intention? Intention is, in our normal speaking structure, simply the message. Now you're crafting your message, but this time with the audience in mind, the audiences in mind. Of course, you have to go through all that, the key points, the facts and arguments, the core concept, all of this, you have to do it. But keeping those in mind, and you can amalgamate and blend a beautiful masterpiece if you, which is next, pay attention to this very important tip. Now, whoever attended my boot camps knows that to me, what's more important always is what do you speak about more than how do you speak about it. I know it's contrary to some conventional wisdom. It doesn't matter what you say. What matters is how you say it. Sorry. It's like the seed and the tree. The seed that you plant, then it will flourish in its own way. If you feed and water and take care of the seed properly, everything will be really unique tree, full, okay? So what I do is always specific about what you speak about. If you spend half of the time deciding what to speak about, then you will be better off. I said this in many encounters. In my boot camps, we do it fully until this person who comes out, graduates, has his signature program, which he can coach, he can consult, he can facilitate, he can train, he can speak keynotes. Anytime I call you, you can answer anything because you know that topic so well. Finally, we reach at, just being aware of time. The last part of AIR is R, of course. So what is R? Is response. Now, what is response? It's not there in our structure, correct? It's not there in opening body conclusion. What is the response? It's not the message. It's what? Okay, it's there already. What do you want your audience to do as a result of your speech? That has to be planned and decided before you design the speech. Your core message is one thing. Your outcome finding, we call it in different places, finding, outcome, whatever is one thing. But what do you want them to do after they're done with your speech? This is very important. If you don't decide this vividly, specifically, in specific vivid terms, you will not be able to get them there or get more opportunities. And so what I need you to do is to decide what do you want each one of those audiences to start doing, stop doing, change. What is the action and how? Because the response part, you should show them the roadmap, not just tell them, I want you to become better leaders. Sorry, it doesn't get me anywhere, right? So you need to propose steps, and people who are expert and speak about their expertise, they know how to give steps, specific steps. And how can you help them in that regard? Yes, you have to say this in a subtle way, direct way, up to you. Because I messed up a lot of presentations, which I left people loving my speech, standing ovation, and then nothing to take away. And I was, because I'm very much immersed in my speaking, as some of you know, that I forget to tell people, okay, can we meet more? I don't do that. And I hate to be salesy, all right? But you don't have to. Because if you want to help more people, you have to say it, that I'm there to help, all right? How it is done, this is a 20-minute workshop. We are almost done, so I cannot explain. But there are places, several key places in your opening, body, conclusion, that you can insert content that is subtly, smoothly built into your speech, not the regular speech, but the professional speech, which brings more people to you. I'll give you an example very recently, all right? I was called, again, through a training provider to do a team building for an oil and gas company. 90 people will attend, managers will attend, blah, blah. And I, as usual, I learned to dig deep into this. The training and provider doesn't know everything, and they don't have all the answers. They have only the email and proposal. So I came early, I met them before, and I came to know that there were 3 categories there. The people who came there, and the top management, and the organizers. They were the key 3 audiences. The organizers were a newly established internal committee to make social activities, social events in the company. And they were very new, and they wanted to put up a good show. So I needed to make them succeed in this. Okay, so I learned, I talked to them, and they said, we want this, we want this. Okay, good. Then the management, some of them came to me. We were introduced there. Mr. Mohammed, it is very important for us today that the key principles of our company, which I did investigation, key principles of our company are also demonstrated today in your training. I knew this, but she overemphasized. And of course, the audience. We took care of all of them. We didn't finish that afternoon before everybody was happy, great feedback. And now we are sitting on the table for a bigger project. And we have very good feedback from them. So my friends, if you want to be up in the air, just apply AIR. A for audience, I for intention, which I wanted to put a lot of weight there. Intention. Don't ignore. Listen, I'm not saying to ignore the present audience, but look beyond them also by adding R for response. Now, where do we place this in the speech? Now, the time is not enough, of course, and I want to do justice to you all. Oh, I also have a conclusion. I had opening. That was my body. AIR was my body, and C is my conclusion. But you need to place these things practically across the speech. We don't have time, but I have something to help you. I have created a cheat sheet, okay? How to put all this together and think. I created a table where you can exactly, like a checklist, outline the audiences for any engagement. Audiences for any engagement. If my time's up, just give me 2 minutes. Any engagement, any outline the audiences and what are their pains, etc. That is available for you, because I have no time to explain. I can send it to you. How? Just look at this. This is my, oh, look at this. This is my, I cannot do zooming properly. Okay, good. My email And this is my WhatsApp. Anyone who sends me email or WhatsApp mentioning Speakers Bureau up in the air, I will send you directly that cheat sheet. Plus, I will send you all this presentation, which is actually one big poster of mind map. Is that okay? Okay, just raise thumbs to tell me if you're okay. I'll send it to you all. If you send me up to this. Stop. That was a trap. Did I apply my air? Did I apply my air? Are you willing to send me? Did I apply the response in my presentation? Yes, I need you to respond to me and email me and send me a message. But don't worry, this is not a scam. No strings attached. I will not add you to any email list. I will not bother you with emails. I just wanted to demonstrate to you that even in this workshop, I try to help people beyond this 20 minutes. So do send me WhatsApp. All I will do is send you directly these two things, the map and also the cheat sheet. And I wish you all the best up in the air. Back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Mohamed Shukri, for that wonderful session. It's really an energy booster, a warm-up session. It is not they're just up in the air, but you put it on the ground for us to pick it up. Thank you. Moving on to